Hello and welcome. I'm Daniel.
I'm Andrew, and we're brothers, and this is the Daniel and Andrew Show.
Where we give our opinions about movies and TV that we've been watching lately. So, Andrew, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing all right. Just checked out a movie and ready to talk about it. Did you do anything fun this week?
No, not really.
Sounds about normal.
I mean, I saw the movie as well, but I mean, other than that, pretty usual week.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I guess I didn't do anything like that exciting either, so just worked and stuff. But yeah, just I guess keeping up on watching trailers and whatnot. Playing games. Got back into Grand Theft Auto again. I don't know how long that's going to last, but, we'll see.
I started Young Sheldon.
Oh, how was that?
That's fine. I'll continue to watch it, but yeah.
Glowing review.
I mean, I only watched like 2 or 3 episodes. Give it some more time than that. I got 6 seasons, so.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good show. And I did not like The Big Bang Theory, so but it's not really like The Big Bang Theory. Yeah, I like the time frame, and all the characters are fun. The grandma, I like the grandma, Annie Potts from Ghostbusters. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, I told you about that show. I don't know, God, years ago at this point.
Yeah, and I didn't want to watch it because I didn't want to watch one season. There's a lot of it out. Got to make sure it actually sticks before I start watching something. So much stuff gets canned these days.
The new season's like sixth season, so I think you probably waited a little extra long than that. But okay,
no, I waited the exact right amount of time.
Whatever you say. So that's a good fun comedy show. I saw the trailer for I think this might be a good comedy movie, which is You People. Did you check out that trailer?
Yes, I did.
It's nice to see Eddie Murphy just like doing stuff again, because it had been quite some time since definitely the heyday of his career, and then even his later like Haunted Mansion time, so I think I like Eddie Murphy.
I mean, he was just collecting his paychecks at that point.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, this movie looks kind of funny. I don't expect that much out of a movie like that, but I think Jonah Hill is funny, and I think we'll see on that one.
I think these kinds of movies, that you don't expect much, but that helps them, kind of gets like, oh wow, this is actually a pretty good movie. I wasn't, it could be like a true surprise hit. So hopefully it might be one of those sleeper ones.
Yeah, rock bottom expectations, so then they can exceed those.
Surprise you.
Yeah. Speaking of movies I have rock bottom expectations for, the trailer for Renfield. I
thought that was actually, I'm actually kind of excited for that one.
I don't know. It's like, you know what? Scratch that. I liked it until Nicolas Cage. It's like funny concept.
Just enhances it. What are you talking about?
It's a funny concept until he comes on screen and he's like, "Here I am. I'm Nicolas Cage." I don't know. It's like, But I did like the movie where Nicolas Cage played himself that came out last year. That was a pretty fun movie. Did you check that one out?
I haven't. I think it did come to something streaming or something because I've seen it somewhere.
You probably should check it out.
I will check that out.
Yeah,
at some point.
You would definitely like it. Pedro Pascal's hilarious in it. They should definitely do a movie again together because their chemistry was great. I actually had a really good time with that movie. It's like Immeasurable Weight of Massive Talent or something like that.
Yeah,
that was a good movie. But I don't know. It's Renfield. It's about Dracula's, like, I don't know, whatever you want to call him, assistant or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Is the guy
it's a goofy vampire movie.
Yeah, brings him his victims, I guess. So, and he doesn't want to do that anymore, I guess. But yeah, I think it's an interesting premise, and we'll see how that goes. But it could be really good, it could be horrible. So we'll see. And I also like Nicholas Hoult. I like Nicholas Hoult a lot. He was Beast in the recent when he's young X-Men, and he's in the show called The Great, which is about Catherine the Great, and he plays the King Peter, and he's awesome in that show, and I love that show. So I like, I'm him and Han because I like him, but we'll see. But yeah, that's definitely a horror comedy. That's definitely an in vogue thing right now, and I think that was kind of a thing that they did in the 90s, and they're trying to like revamp that. And I don't think you're a big horror movie fan.
Nope.
So, and I wouldn't consider myself one either until like sort of recently. I'm still not going to watch like, freaking like those paranormal, like Conjuring movies. No, I'm not going to watch those. Those are like too. I just don't like the jump scares and like, or like really, really gory Saw movies. Those don't work for me. But I think when they're clever and well put together, then I'll watch them. Like the Jordan Peele movies. I saw Candyman. That was a good movie. I saw Nope last year. That's a Jordan Peele movie. And I really enjoyed. Sorry,
I've seen all the Jordan Peele movies.
Well, my last few years, I've had a horror movie somewhere in my top 10. I really like Doctor Sleep. That was the sequel to The Shining with Ewan McGregor was in it. He's the lead. And that was a really good movie. That was like 2018, 2019. But I've been enjoying horror movies as of late when they're well done. So, or have something different to offer. So, yeah. And I think that,
horror movies are, the only movies that really make a profit these days.
Yeah. Well, there's like, like It and A Quiet Place. The Conjuring movies do well. That movie Smile that came out last year, I just think that had really good marketing. But that movie,
I haven't even heard of that one, to be honest.
It's literally just people smiling. Like it's like I don't know, they're like possessed and they smile. You didn't see the posters or anything for Smile? It was like literally a creepy grin. No.
Oh,
wow. Really living under the rocks here.
I guess I really haven't heard of that. I mean, I heard of It, but
yeah, It and like horror movies are really having their time, probably because they were cheap. They're cheap to make, and Blumhouse, including the one we're talking about today, it makes them for cheap, and they do really well. So they're doing a good job.
Yeah. The theater I went to today actually had quite a few people in it, but they were all like walk-ins because when I bought the tickets the day before, there was like one other ticket purchased, and then I went in, and then the whole thing was like full.
My theater was absolutely packed, which shocked me. Like a Sunday afternoon, but I guess that makes sense. And I think people are gonna. I think it's probably the last week of break for people. I was shocked at how many people brought kids to this movie.
There was kids in my theater as well, and I like, what are you doing, parents?
So if you're bringing your 8-year-old to see M3gan, I don't care if it's PG-13, you're a dick, and I do not like
PG-13.
Yeah, it's a PG-13 movie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was not happy with that. They were like running around and making noise. People just acting like it's their living room.
That's just what all kids do. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not saying I know kids are going to be kids. Why aren't the parents doing anything? They're just like, whatever. Just let them run around. We'll talk loud. Like the parents were talking loud too. It's like,
yeah,
what's going on? I don't get it.
What theater did you see it in?
I saw it at a Harkins. It is technically attached to the mall at Chandler Mall, so
yeah, that'd be pretty annoying.
It was super annoying. I was like, I couldn't believe that people are just like, whatever, who cares? Just let their kids run around. And it really, I like got distracted several times watching the movie. So, but the thing that I did like about having a good sized crowd is that there also people are reacting to the movie, good and bad. So that's good, which I like doing that. I like, seeing like the Avengers movies with a big crowd of people is really fun. You hearing reactions and everything, but you could take the good with the bad, I guess, on that. So, yeah, that's my review on the audience that I saw it with. But I think it's probably time we give our review on the actual movie.
Yeah.
So this week we're talking about I don't know what do you want to call it, M3 gan there, because that's how it's spelled.
I forget what she called it in the movie. It's like an abbreviation. I don't remember.
Yeah,
what
like
the abbreviation was.
Mechanized.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Mach 3 generated artificial network. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess I can look that up.
I thought that was pretty funny. I didn't realize it was called that because of it, but I like that.
Yeah.
Touch there.
Model 3. See? Model 3 generative android. So, yeah. I don't know.
A bit there, but
that's what people do, right? I just think, well, now it actually makes sense why it's the E is a 3 instead of an E. So at least they tried, I guess. What were your overall thoughts of the movie?
I wouldn't even call this a horror film, really. This was more of a suspense movie, I'd say. Along the lines of, I don't know, like Disturbia or something.
Okay. Yeah, it was definitely creepy. There was definitely horror elements for sure. There was a lot of funny stuff too. I laughed quite a bit.
Oh, I was laughing a bunch in this movie.
Yeah.
I thought. And I was like the only one laughing in the theater too. So
I think
felt like I may have been ruining people's experience.
I don't think that's true. You're reacting in an actual way that makes sense, I think that this movie definitely has things that are played for laughs, and I can definitely see where it could have been rated R, and they definitely did some cuts,
Oh yeah,
people getting whacked,
their
in different
ears
ways.
ripped off.
Yeah, that was weird. We'll get to that.
Sorry, are we doing spoilers? Oh, spoilers.
Yeah, well, it's not like you haven't said directly or anything, but it was interesting. I think it was creepy pretty much from the get, and they did that really well. They knew the doll was creepy. Just her staring was creepy. So I don't know how that girl would ever not think that thing was creepy. The little girl, like, if
I mean, dolls are kind of creepy in general, and girls play with them all the time. So no, I don't think it's that far of a stretch.
I don't know. I would be extremely weirded out. It's like, ugh, it's weird. I don't know. I don't like it.
What if it was like a Power Ranger?
But like the thing is, like the Power Rangers wear like helmets. Like,
yeah, so if they put a helmet on it, they could still sell it to you, though.
I guess, but it doesn't like have eyes that move around and like.
Yeah. Well, obviously they meant to make it look creepy. Yes, I'm just saying it's not the worst idea for a toy. I guess obviously this is way too advanced for a toy.
At the theater, there's a huge poster for M3gan, and it is pretty fun because you're like walking by and you're like, she's just like staring. And I've seen people walk by and be like, "Ooh, that's weird. It's creepy." I think that's pretty funny. I think
needed to have one of those like holographic ones where it like moves,
follows you.
Go to this. Yeah.
That would be awesome. Yeah, you don't see good marketing like that anymore. Like, there's so many theaters now that just have like digital, just TVs or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I miss those old school like posters and stuff. Where they did do things like that where they moved and changed and stuff like that. But yeah, speaking of marketing for this movie, like they did with Smile, they did a good job marketing this movie with the creepy doll and they knew that dance was gonna go viral, and it surely did. They almost lit a sequel based on that dance.
Yeah, it was barely even in the movie too. That was like 2 seconds of the movie.
It was the whole dance is that trailer and the dance. That's fully the whole scene in the movie, pretty much, other than other things.
It actually didn't even make sense for the doll to dance.
I still don't understand
in that moment, but they just had her do it for the commercial.
Yeah, I know, but there's so many things. It's like I knew what was going to happen because you saw the trailer. I would say if you're going to see this movie and you haven't watched a trailer or anything for it, and you're going off of, like a recommendation, I would say not watch the trailer because you won't be spoiled on anything. Just watch it. I think you'd probably have a better experience. So, any other general thoughts?
No, not really. Well, no, I don't.
Did you enjoy it overall?
Yeah, I wouldn't. It's hard for me to say to go spend your money to see this one, even though I did enjoy the film. If you like horror or suspense and you want to spend some money, go ahead. Probably a good date night movie.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I agree with that for sure.
Definitely not a family movie. Don't bring your kids.
Yeah, please don't, because then you suck. Yeah, that I'm like, I feel like that hindered my enjoyment of the movie.
Well, you'll just have to deal with it. You're the one who wants movie theaters in the first place.
I know. Just don't be stupid. I don't get it.
Well,
all right.
Talking about humans here.
Well, I agree. Humans are stupid. All right. We should just have robot AI creepy girls. So we'll probably go into spoilers here, I think, so we can actually dive into the plot points of the movie.
Spoilers ahead.
So what did you think about? Let's just talk about, before we talk about M3gan itself. Let's talk about our protagonists, I guess, which is Gemma and Katie, the little girl. Did you like them? Not like them?
I actually thought Katie did a pretty good job.
I do too.
Yeah, she actually did a pretty good job. Yeah, not just good, pretty good.
I think she
sold it pretty well.
Other than the whoever did M3gan, it's a little girl.
Yeah, a little girl did M3gan. Yeah,
and then a woman did the voice of M3gan. So that was I think she was the highlight of the movie for me. Was Katie. I think I don't know what her name is, but the girl who played her did a really good job. And I have no problem with kid acting. I think a really good child actor. Really good child actors have won Oscars. So like, I think that's cool. And you really needed her to be good to sell you on this
the whole
doll thing. Yeah. And I think she did a good job. I think the opening is literally just her getting into a car wreck. After that,
that was like super quick. That was like, whoosh, whoosh.
Yeah, I was on that, and it was so clear that it was like made for 5 cents. That scene,
yeah,
it was like, whoosh, like I was like, okay, like in most movies there's like car flipping over and stuff. In this one, it was like,
it was fine. It gives you the plot a little bit. It's a very minor plot thing, I think. So
you saw what was coming there. It was like,
yeah, you knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, I think that, yeah. So
at the theater I went to, they didn't have like your feature presentations starting or anything, because we like had just saw an ad right before they played the movie. So I actually thought we were watching an ad.
Yeah, the toy commercial.
Yeah, that wasn't part of the movie, right? Or was it? I'm confused. I thought we were watching an actual ad. Maybe
that's the thing the lady's working on, the stupid pet thing. She has a pet in the movie.
I couldn't even recall the ad because I thought it was an actual ad.
It's the pet thing where
because I was looking at
feed it and it poops and stuff.
No, because there was no.
The pet was in the car with her. She had the little pet. She's like, "Hey, where's the pet that I gave you for Christmas last year for your birthday?"
You're telling me there was an ad for that before that scene?
Yes, yeah, that was the opening of the movie, and they were like, "You did like they were." It was jokes. There was jokes in it. It was like a joke like you knew it was for laughs. Like,
I think I must have walked in like right as that ad started or something, and I was like, "Oh, good, we're in ads or something."
We literally sat down. The last trailer had just finished, and it was saying like, enjoy the movie or whatever, and then that started like right
because I never saw the enjoy the movie thing, so I think. Yeah, I must have literally thought that was an actual ad. I just didn't pay attention.
Wowie. All right. Movie magic, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Uh, wow. Wowie, wow. Yeah. So yeah, it was a joke ad, and I thought that was pretty funny. And it's so this movie is saying, like, right from the get is saying something about, like parents with their
But
kids
they're,
with the
yeah,
iPad
they
and
spend their
everything.
time and stuff. Yeah.
And
I mean, like iPad time, like you get an hour of iPad time and stuff. I mean, that's a real thing. I mean,
I'm sure it is. I don't have any kids, so I don't know.
yeah, I can tell you it's for sure a thing. They do try to limit how much, because if they didn't, they really would be looking at it all the time and wouldn't go outside. So
Yeah, I think that the message is it's not like a, oh, what a deep coded message. It's like the message is there immediately, and then I'm like, okay, like there's
huh, you thought this movie was going to make you like think about the philosophies of life or something?
No, I'm not saying that. The problem is that I've been like the movies that I've been watching that or the horror movies have had like an elevated message, and there's like more symbolism. This is just like, here's the message and then here's the rest of the movie. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Who cares if there was a message? It was an entertaining movie.
I do think it was entertaining. So anyway, so her parents die, and then she's with her aunt. And then her aunt's this is such a career woman or whatever, and can't handle a kid.
Yeah, if you want to get into her, I feel like she's like flip flopping and basically just being a bad sister. Like, my goodness, like there was like, you should take the week off and spend it with what's her head, and then she doesn't do that.
She takes the week off, but just to work on
the other thing
on M3gan.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
she's literally the worst. Like that. There was a therapist or something. That therapist should have took that kid away.
Well, what was weird,
she was doing terrible.
Is that the therapist is like, why why is she having problems with you when I'm berating you and telling you what
not to mention, like, the therapist came like the very first day.
Yeah, how is she doing with you? I don't know. She's been with me 25 minutes. I barely had time to go grocery shopping to get her some food. Like, what do you want from me, woman? That's what it's like, what?
Yeah, that was dumb.
We just got out of the car. She hasn't taken her boots off yet. Like, I don't, it's like weird. Yeah, like she still had cuts on her face from a car accident.
It was definitely just to create a conflict and give her like, you need to do this.
Well, they can have a conflict. Just show it like a short, like a couple weeks at least passage of time, but they couldn't even do that. I think, that was weird. So, yeah, that I didn't even think about the therapist while I was thinking back over this movie. But yeah, the therapist just comes in every once in a while to be like, wow, you're a bad parent.
You're sucking at this. Yeah.
And I am going to do nothing about it. Goodbye.
She said she was going to do something about it, and then she continues to do the opposite, doesn't hang out with her, actually creates a robot to hang out with her instead, and still doesn't take her away. She actually continues and like tries to help him or whatever for some reason.
That's interesting, that doll. Oh well. Yeah, I don't know. There was definitely some conveniences in the movie for sure. So she's at when Gemma is her name, the aunt, she's at work. there was a lot of work stuff. Like I didn't really care about her coworkers and her boss. It's like whatever. And there was
the boss was like the typical kind of like, I need this now kind of douchebag guy on purpose because you knew he was going to get, axed in the end.
What was weird is they had the, like...
You talking about the assistant guy or whatever?
Yeah, the assistant guy. That was like a side plot that...
It was like a side
nowhere.
Plot of a side plot of a side plot. Yeah.
And this woman would absolutely be arrested if this doll that she created murdered four people.
No, she went to jail at the end of this movie. There's no way. There's just no way.
It's like I don't even know what to say on that. I was like, what? And maybe
she's not going to jail. She's going to work for the government to do this programming and self-defense drones or
killer
something,
robots. Yeah. Literally, this is the beginning of Terminator. This is what's going on. She's gonna make Skynet.
Yeah.
It was so weird. But maybe because that guy stole the documents, acting like they were his own. Maybe that's whatever. We'll see about it in the sequel.
I don't think they're gonna use the same people for the next one.
What would they do?
They're obviously not going to make another one. Maybe those plans leak out and someone else makes a doll or something like that. And
it was clearly
her mind's like in the cloud or something.
Right. They clearly hinted that so she can just inhabit whatever.
She can pop up wherever she wants.
Apparently it became all powerful and can just do whatever at the end,
At some point it just takes over every smart thing.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Yes, the boss was fine. I don't care about her coworkers and that guy with that weird side plot that went nowhere. I was like, did he like her?
Like who?
Did he he was like, you're really cool aunt that works here?
I think they were literally just there to have somebody die at the end.
I guess so, yeah. I don't get that. And then the neighbor was there, just to be an inciting. I think that's how I say it, inciting incident.
Oh yeah.
Which,
I was laughing so hard when she was like baiting the dog out and stuff. I just couldn't stop laughing.
We're dropping the treats on the ground. And the dog's like, what's going on over there? Well, it's really interesting to see a dog's perspective. They had like a camera, like it was the dog. That was kind of cool. And then they
just show the dog get like dragged for like half a second.
Like yanked. Yeah, exactly. Well, because like I said, there's definitely parts where you could see where there would be a rated R, with the dog and the ladies getting shot in the face, I guess, with that stuff. And then you see like red, like where it would be blood. But does that mean...
Yeah, she was just like spraying water in her face.
Would that mean like she's spraying her so much that her face gets...
peeling her skin or something?
I was lost. But I was
maybe she just drowned at that point.
Or maybe it was like acidic because it was like pesticide or something. I don't know.
Oh, that's a good point. Had heck of a spray, though.
I guess she plugged it up to a power wash. I guess I don't know. Okay, so I want to talk about. I think the scene that was the most gruesome, and I'm surprised that you keep it PG-13 when this kid's ear gets straight up ripped off, and that was it was like ew, gross, but also so fake looking. And I don't know, is that like how that works? Is it really that like elasticy?
Probably,
because it's like cartilage.
I mean, people have stretched their ears out just as long as that. So yeah, it makes sense. Obviously, not all in one way,
What
but
was she saying? Like, you don't hear well or something? I can't remember what she said.
just saying he's been a bad boy or whatever.
Yeah, but she's like, you don't listen.
I don't remember the exact
or
line.
something.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember what she said. Something along those lines. Yeah.
I did like him going "F you, Holly." I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out if that was like his mom, he's just being mean, calling her first name, or like is that not his stepmom? He's calling her by her first name. That's what I was curious
at first
about.
I thought she wasn't gonna rip his ear off, and that was gonna be the end of it, and he was gonna go back to his mom and be like, "That doll hurt me," but no one was gonna like believe him. But no, he literally straight up gets ran over by a car.
Yeah, and I was like, "Whoa!" I thought maybe they would stop and they'd be like, "Oh, this happened," but then then it would be like, "Yeah, Megan."
Yeah, they're just like, "It was a tragedy. We will not follow up on this at all. We are stupid."
Well, yeah. Then they had later. They had a detective who was like, "Yeah, this is quite interesting. 2 things happened in a row. No follow up after that. Never a follow up." The police officer with a mustache did more detective work than that guy. I was like,
he did.
I'm in the next movie. I better see that detective on the case or something. Yeah, that was a weird scene where the boy. First of all, was that a summer camp or a school? They said that was a school where you learned outside.
Yeah, they're saying that was a school.
Yeah, sure it is. That's a freaking summer camp at best. And yeah, that was super weird. He takes the doll and then he takes her shoe off and then slaps her. And I'm like, what? I don't even what is the thought process in that? I guess.
I mean, I don't know about the shoe thing, but I don't know. Boys are just, they do like to destroy things. So honestly, the slapping's not. I guess he wanted it to talk, but the shoe thing is what throws me off. The slapping, fine. I mean, whatever. Because he's like, you won't talk to me? Okay, I'll just slap you because I'm a dumb idiot.
Right.
But the shoe is like, why did you take the shoe off?
So weird. And at least I don't like that our kids actually like that in real life? Because so many movies, it's just like a kid is just the worst for no reason. It's like, here, grab this thing. Oh, I'm gonna squish your hand so it hurts your hand. Like, why? Is that a thing?
Maybe not to that degree, but I'm gonna say yes. I mean, I'm sure. There's people. I mean, I was flicking. I'd have rubber bands and I'd flick paper clips and stuff at the teachers and stuff.
Yeah, I guess
not really comparing that to that, but
well, there was always the clowning around with boys slapping each other with rubber bands and stuff. Yeah, but not like that. That's with malice. It was more like a haha,
yeah.
Goofy.
I mean, I'm sure there are some kids like that, but to that degree, it's gotta happen. It's obviously the 1% or something.
Yeah,
but
gotcha. I guess. So yeah, so that all happened, and then just the files were deleted. Megan, what did you do? I'm sensing bad stuff happening. When you clearly sensed bad things are happening before, I don't know why you didn't shut it down then and there.
Yeah, she's so wonky on the whole situation, and then at the end, she's finally like, "Okay, I'm gonna be a mom now." She just completely flips to the other side. It's like, okay, now I'm completely blowing off work.
Yeah,
forget work, even though she's been upset about the whole mom passing away the entire time, and it took her this long to just, okay, I'm going to be a mom now. It's just, it was kind of convenient writing for the mom as a whole.
Yeah, well, so I see things about this movie that I'll definitely remember, and it'll definitely stick with me for like probably the year. And I might come back and be like, oh yeah, with the dancing and the to the that scene that we just talked about with the boy and the neighbor, yeah, the drop in the treats and stuff. When the dog is like grabbing Megan and then her hair's all messed up and she's like, that was hilarious.
And then like the chainsaw to the face.
Yeah, the chainsaw was fun. That was there's a pretty much where you're coming to, going against the killer at the end kind of thing, which I'm fine with. Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny.
She like won't let the lights turn on, and then she tells her to sit and turns the light on, and she just got control of everything.
That was good. That was good. I do remember. Yeah, that was a pretty good scene. I liked a lot about it. Also the singing is very memorable. And it happens.
Yeah, that was so random.
It happens more than once, and I was like,
"That's funny."
I know that they had the singing. The first song, I was like,
it was like during the like display thing too. Like all the other people saw it.
Was that a song that we've heard before? Or is that just like a made up song? Because I couldn't place the song.
I have no idea.
But like obviously the other one where she's at night, that's Titanium. Like I knew exactly.
Oh yeah,
from the start. So
yeah, that was
the other one must have been a new song.
No, that was funny.
I know that will be a meme, and like dancing was, but yeah, I think that it was creepy. They did the creepiness super, super well. And Megan is a really interesting like character.
It's just like basically modern age Chucky. It's like, but like way less gory.
I feel like this it felt like a mix of a really good horror movie mixed with like Goosebumps from the 90s. Like it was like I felt like it was a shorter length story into an hour and 45-minute movie. Like
I think I wanted more cringe, actually. I think I got jumped. I thought there was going to be a lot more cringe. It actually ended up being better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I did like it. I think I was overhyped for this movie because people said it was good and the reviews were really good. I don't know. I guess I was just excited for a movie in January to not suck so hard, I guess. Yeah, I would say that I did enjoy the movie overall for sure. And I would recommend it.
We can do our reviews. You got something else to say about it?
So would you say see it, stream it, or skip it on this?
Unless you need like a date night in January, I would say, or you love horror / suspense, I would just say stream it. I
would say see it on a weeknight where the kids have school the next day. I would give it I'm gonna give it a 6.
Okay.
Because I enjoyed it, but it was just like above average. It wasn't like, I don't know. I might have to revisit it later.
I think it was entertaining. I mean, I'm not rating this against like, you know, our top 10 list. Like this doesn't come anywhere near anything that hit our top 10 list, last week.
Yeah. I would say this was middle of the road for me.
I would say I'm going to go 7 because I was pretty entertained by it. Even though there's some glaring flaws in plot and stuff, and it's a horror movie, just look past it and enjoy the spookiness and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good time.
I can easily, I understand the 6, and I could easily have dropped it to a 6, but I personally enjoyed it.
I would see, date night or seeing it with a big group of friends would be fun too. Definitely. So I think that's a good fun time out at the movies. So yeah. Yep.
I mean, yeah, you could, or you could just wait for it to go on streaming,
or that could be another thing. You bring your friends over for like a watch party. Yeah, later,
like a sleepover. Or something like that.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, yep, yeah. It was a good time. Good movie. Fun movie. I'm hoping next couple movies that I check out in January will be in the same fun good time at the movies. So it seems we're kind of back to normal on all kinds of movies out there. It's not just like big movies, so
yeah, this will probably be the best movie of the month.
Yeah, well, we'll see. That we got some other stuff lined up. We'll see what we think. Yeah.
All right. Well, that wraps us up for this week. We will see you guys on the next one.
See you later.